What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be just kind of going over what I thought about the year of 2023. I got this idea from, how do you say this guy's name? Chivalric. It popped up in my feed, and I watched like a minute or two of his video. It just got me thinking about kind of what I thought about this year. So I guess before I watch his whole video or something, I will make my own. So overall, I think 2023 was kind of content-wise a really like mid-year, and I think people disagree with that, but I also think that there were a lot of like insanely good quality of life changes that were made that I don't know if they make up for the like bad content, but they definitely made the game quite a bit better. The max cash stack thing is just super convenient. I think we can all agree that that's just like a super nice update. Especially as like the economy gets bigger in this game. It's like fine for items to be super expensive, I think, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's just like a lot of really nice quality of life updates that were made. There's the max stack that I said. Obviously, the death rework I think was really nice for a lot of players who didn't want to get into PVM because it costs like 10 mil to get your stuff back. Like that was definitely a good change to make. I think that was very punishing for people learning and people who don't like PVM super seriously. It's just kind of weird. So I think that was definitely a good change. We got the pouch filling from the presets finally happening for rune crafting, which, you know, it only took them like 10 years, but super nice that that happened finally. but yeah, those are just some like nice quality of lives. But I think a bigger topic of this video is more the content. And I think the content in this game has been super mediocre at best. So I'm going to start out with necromancy. I'll probably have some like videos of like, I don't know, random combat with necromancy in the background or whatever, but necromancy overall, I think it's a good update, but I feel like it doesn't fit in the game at all. Like I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like necromancy doesn't fit into the game with the other combat styles. Like it seems like the other combat styles would have been like, instead of having necromancy added, it seems like it would have been a better idea to like fix the other combat styles and then add necromancy. Because as it stands right now, you can like do basically better DPS AFKing on a revo bar with necromancy than you can like 4-ticking with an FSOA. I mean, it just seems really strange that like the other combat styles don't really like fit into the game now that like necromancy is the way that it is. And you know, I don't even so much disagree with like making more revo friendly like high level combat, because I think it lets, you know, people get into high level combat much easier, and like you don't have to be a tryhard. And honestly, all the clicking and keybinds and stuff, it gets to be a little much. Like, I don't know. Like, you definitely don't need to be doing all that, I don't think, anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems super weird that the other combat styles, like, there's no reason to ever use them with necromancy being like it is, because those combat styles require so much more like switches and like, you know, just effort overall for, you know, at best maybe a minuscule reward or something like that, or like maybe potential speed kill or something like that. I don't know. It just, even with like the things that are happening in the combat beta, I don't think it solves those problems either. So it just seems really odd what's happening, where like the other combat styles just seem like, I don't know, just unusable in comparison to necromancy, especially for anybody that doesn't want to like try hard combat, you know what I mean? I don't know, it just seems super weird. I think their time would have been better spent like changing those combat styles to be a little bit more friendly on revo. And I think you could do this maybe by making revo able to cast like EOF specs or weapon specs maybe, or something like that, because the other combat styles are pretty much fully reliant on those items, and you can't revo that at all. But I don't know, I'm not really sure what other people think about that, and it's really hard to tell because we haven't really gotten that much necromancy bossing content yet. But yeah, I don't know. The final thing I want to say about necromancy is I really do like how it gives a lot more people access to higher level content. I like how easy necromancy is to use and how it makes quite a bit of sense. There's no switching or anything. I think that's probably good for the game going forward. Just to have a maybe not so much more casual game, but allow more people to experience more of the content. You know what I mean? I overall think that's like a really, really good thing about necromancy. But I don't know. It does seem a little strange how you can get like tier 90 necromancy gear for like free, and it kind of just like trivializes a lot of the older content. I think that's a little iffy, but I think with a few more magic updates or something for like mid-level, maybe they could kind of bridge that gap. But I guess we'll see with that. Which that moves me on to the necromancy bossing content, and I I don't know what to say about what they have done. Raziel seems insanely easy for the amount of gear it drops. Like, it drops tier 95 weapons and armor, and it's, you know, pretty easy. Like, I don't know, it's pretty easy. And it just drops insane stuff. And then you have hard mode Vorkath that comes out, and it's significantly harder than Raziel, and it doesn't drop like anything at all. It just, I don't know, it drops, the only thing it actually drops is the range armor, and I mean, that kind of ties back into the previous problem where you're just adding more and more gear and switches and stuff to range instead of like solving the actual problems. Like, I don't know, it just feels weird. But yeah, I don't know, it just feels really goofy that like the way that all of this stuff has been set up, where, you know, necromancy is like basically on release just fully insane, and then like the things that come out afterwards, which you're supposed to use necromancy on, are just like garbage, pointless content. Like, realistically, I don't see a reason for Vorkath to exist. It doesn't drop anything. It's just, I don't know. Feels weird. Not a huge fan of what that was. Yeah. But moving on from necromancy and combat, we have also had quite a bit of stuff at Fort Forinthry, so I'm going to go over there here. So we have a bunch of content added to Fort Forinthry, and as much as I don't mind this place being like a skilling hub or whatever, it seems really out of place for this place to be so good, but then places like the Max Guild to just never get updated and be completely awful, and like, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that great. And also, Fort Forinthry hasn't added anything to the game. The only positive thing I would say Fort Forinthry has actually done is the woodcutting rework that they did. And that's it. Like, the rest of this stuff, again, I've said it before, I don't really want to harp on it, but it's just pointless. I mean, even the construction method doesn't really do anything. It's just a way to train, I guess. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of the stuff here is just pointless. And I've talked about that before, but yeah, I don't know. I also think the storyline for this place is really goofy. Yeah, I don't know. But there are things I like about it. Like, I like how it looks. I like how it's like decorated or whatever for the seasons and stuff. You can like go over here and maybe not have pumpkins here. Winter tree. Oh. Yeah, like, I like how you can do all this stuff. It's pretty cool. But like, you know what I mean? It just seems like a little weird, you know? It's just not like, there's like no content here. It's just like I feel like they're just gonna like sell these skins in the future, and that's all it's gonna be. But yeah, we also got Raptor Slayer, which is the most pointless content I have ever seen. It's super, super bad. Like, they ruined the Raptor as a character. Like, I'm just gonna say it straight up. This character is like trash now. Like, it's such a joke what they did. So bad. But like, even the content associated with it is horrible. You literally get these little 3 heads and then you never touch the content again. It's the same complaint I've had about a ton of different content, is you get the comp rec and then there's no reason to ever train here or use this place other than just getting like the comp rec or whatever. It's just, it seems really pointless and not great. So yeah, there has also been a just massive amount of temporary events and just random garbage to get you to log in, but there's not, again, there's not that much content, so it's just like random trash to get people to log in. And I feel like that's only going to work for so long if the content is terrible. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really enjoy those types of things. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I mean, I can't really say it's been like the worst year ever, I guess, but it seems like a lot of the content is made really like lazily, I guess, compared to older content. Even though the graphics look nice, like the content is just shallow. It's just really boring. And it seems like the combat team has no clue what they're doing, to be honest. Like I don't know. It just seems like they don't know what they're doing at all. And they're just like making random updates. You know, I could bring up the FSOA nerf. Like, I don't see why they changed the FSOA when they knew necromancy was going to be the way that it is. So they took away the FSOA's ability to heal with blood spells, and then they released necromancy where you get this ghost that heals you a ton, like even with your prayer on. Like, it just seems really odd, the changes that they've made to combat. And personally, I find it makes it really hard for me to say anything positive about it, because it seems like they take, you know, at best one step forward and then one step back. It's just, I don't know. It just seems really like they just don't know what they're doing or something like that. And I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know exactly what you would do, but I feel like some of the changes are just goofy, and that's just my opinion. So the final thing that I want to talk about is going to be obviously the hero pass, but also just the microtransactions in general in this game. Obviously, I don't want to go in like too deep on nobody likes them, right? Nobody likes MTX, but the thing that I really don't like about the microtransactions in this game is they run this game like it's a free-to-play game, but you have to pay for membership. So like, it just feels like the microtransactions are insanely egregious when they probably shouldn't be. And yeah, I don't know. It seems like there's always some like promo or some like random event that's going on that has microtransactions built into it somehow, and like all this different stuff. And I don't know. It's just stupid. And I mean, it's clearly like diminishing the quality of the updates of the game. Like, the updates are pretty low quality, and there's just an overabundance of microtransactions. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm pretty glad that we came together as a community, though, and kind of told Jagex what we felt. As you can see here, there's this account. This is one of the alts I have, and it's only a member because of the Twitch Prime thing, and then when that runs out, I probably won't resub on this. You know, there's just no point, because the game isn't that good. Like, there's just no point. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat. I see a ton of people playing old school. I'm playing old school. I'm also playing a lot of the finals, and if you guys have been playing the finals, hit me up because I need some teammates. But yeah. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of other games and stuff in old school, and old school is just a far superior game to RS3 at this point. Like, and it's not even questionable. And as far as the microtransactions go, one more thing is you can see on screen here this little Christmas outfit they gave us. This is one of the few good-looking outfits we've gotten in a very long time, and I hope we get more of this stuff where you can like customize the colors, like this thing, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is really cool. But yeah, this is one of the few things we've gotten recently that looks good. It seems like everything that came from like the hero pass or whatever was just terrible. I mean, like, nobody's gonna wear that. Look at this. It's just garbage, right? So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Jagex gets the picture that people like just want normal clothes for their character, because if you're not gonna update the character model, you need to have just like simple stuff like this. Otherwise, it's just like, it's not right. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I really want to know if other people feel the same way about the weapon special attacks being on Revo. I think that's, I don't know, I've never like heard anyone say that before, and I want to know what other people think about that. But yeah, other than that, guys, if you guys made it this far, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Merry Christmas.